The Second World War was a time of great peril and unparalleled bravery. Amidst the chaos of the war, countless men and women risked their lives to serve their nations in unimaginable ways. But few spies could boast the admiration of Winston Churchill himself. Today, we delve into the life and mysterious death of one such woman, a spy who stood out among the rest, known for her cunning, courage, and her crucial role in the Allied victory. She was often referred to as Churchill's favorite spy. But who was she? And why, after surviving the perils of war, did she meet a tragic and untimely death? Who killed her? Her name was Violette Szabo, a British Special Operations Executive, SOE agent during World War II, who became renowned for her daring missions deep behind enemy lines in Nazi-occupied France. Her extraordinary bravery, sharp intelligence, and relentless determination earned her admiration from many, including Winston Churchill himself, who called her one of his favorite spies. Despite the critical role she played in the war effort, Violette's life was tragically cut short at the tender age of 23. In this video, we explore the remarkable story of her service, her mysterious capture, and the lingering questions surrounding her untimely death. Violette Szabo was born on June 26, 1921, in Paris, France. Her father was English and her mother was French, giving Violette a unique upbringing and making her bilingual from an early age, a skill that would become invaluable during World War II. Though much of her early life was spent in London, her childhood was deeply influenced by both British and French cultures, shaping her strong sense of identity and resilience that would later define her contributions to the war effort. Violette's early life was far from extraordinary, but like many young women of her time, she soon found herself thrust into the heart of the war effort. In 1940, at just 19 years old, she married Etienne Szabo, a dashing French officer serving in the Foreign Legion. However, their love story was tragically short-lived. Etienne was killed in action during the North African campaign in 1942, leaving Violette a heartbroken widow and the sole caregiver to their infant daughter, Tanya. This personal loss would fuel her resolve to fight against the Nazis. Devastated by her husband's death, but driven by a desire to make a difference, Violette decided to channel her grief into action. She was determined to fight against the Nazi regime that had taken so much from her and so many others. This decision led her to the Special Operations Executive, or SOE, an organization created to conduct espionage, sabotage, and reconnaissance in occupied Europe. Violette's fluency in both French and English, combined with her determination and fierce spirit, made her a prime candidate for the SOE. After extensive training in sabotage, hand-to-hand combat, radio operation, and weapons handling, she was ready to embark on her first mission. But this was no ordinary espionage job. Violette's missions involved crossing enemy lines, risking capture, and potentially facing torture or execution if she was caught. In April 1944, Violette was parachuted into France as part of an SOE operation to disrupt Nazi communications. Her job was to help the French resistance organize and arm themselves ahead of the Allied invasion. By all accounts, she carried out this mission with extraordinary courage and precision. Her work, however, was far from over. Violette returned to France in June of the same year, just after the D-Day landings. Her mission this time was even more dangerous. She was to coordinate with local resistance groups and sabotage German supply lines. The stakes were higher than ever, as the success of the invasion relied on disrupting German reinforcements and supplies. Unfortunately, it was during this second mission that Violette's luck ran out. On June 10, 1944, while traveling near Limoges with other resistance fighters, her group was ambushed by a Nazi patrol. In the firefight that followed, Violette showed immense bravery, holding off the Germans with a submachine gun to allow her comrades to escape. However, she was eventually captured and taken into custody by the Gestapo. Once in Nazi custody, Violette was taken to the notorious Fresnes prison in Paris, where she was subjected to brutal interrogations. Despite being tortured, Violette refused to betray her fellow resistance fighters or divulge any information that could compromise the Allied effort. Her silence was a testament to her strength and loyalty, even in the face of unimaginable cruelty. After several months in captivity, Violette was transferred to Germany, where she endured forced labor in the Ravensbrück concentration camp. It was here, in the winter of 1945, that Violette's remarkable life came to a tragic end. The exact circumstances of Violette Szabó's death remain a matter of some speculation. What we do know is that she was executed in early 1945, just months before the war in Europe ended. But the details of her death are clouded by the horrors of the concentration camps and the chaos that followed the collapse of Nazi Germany. Some accounts suggest that Violette, along with other female SOE agents, was shot by the Nazis as Allied forces closed in on Ravensbrück. Others claim she was subjected to the gas chambers, a method often used to eliminate prisoners during the final days of the war. But with limited records and the fragmented memories of survivors, the truth of her final moments may never be fully known. Despite the uncertainties, one thing is clear: Violette Szabó died a hero. Her legacy, however, lives on, not just in the stories told by those who knew her, but in the lives she saved through her work with the French resistance. Violette Szabó was posthumously awarded the George Cross, one of Britain's highest honors for acts of heroism not in the face of the enemy. She also received the Croix de Guerre, a French military decoration awarded to those who perform acts of heroism in combat. Her life and sacrifice have been commemorated in books, films, and even a memorial at the Ravensbrück camp. One of the most moving tributes to Violette's courage is a poem written in her honor, known as "The Life That I Have." It was read to her during her training as a message she might have to pass on during her missions. Today, it stands as a symbol of her selfless service. The life that I have is all that I have, and the life that I have is yours. The love that I have of the life that I have is yours and yours and yours. But who was ultimately responsible for Violette Szabó's death? Was it simply the inevitable result of her dangerous work behind enemy lines? Or was there more to her capture and execution? Some theorists have suggested that Violette may have been betrayed by a fellow resistance member, or perhaps even a mole within the SOE itself. There are even claims that the Gestapo had been tipped off about her presence in France, allowing them to set up the ambush that led to her capture. However, no definitive proof has ever surfaced to support these theories. In the end, the question of who killed Violette Szabó may never be fully answered. But what remains undeniable is the extraordinary courage she displayed throughout her life, even in the face of death. Her story serves as a reminder of the many unsung heroes of World War II, ordinary men and women who performed extraordinary acts of bravery in the name of freedom. So, who killed Churchill's favorite spy? The answer is both simple and complex. It was the cruelty of the Nazi regime, the brutality of war, and the sacrifices that so many brave souls like Violette Szabó made so that others might live in peace. Though her life was tragically short, her impact on history was profound, and her legacy as a hero will never fade. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating stories from history. If you want to learn more about the incredible heroes of World War II, check out our other videos and share your thoughts in the comments below. If you like that video, so watch video number 4, you will also like this one.